Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Alicia George, your presenter. In our top stories, police investigate shooting at Silver Lake, Barbados to host 2014 Top Gear Festival, 61 killed in latest wave of Iraq attacks, and in sports, Sagicor South ace player suspended by DFA. Details of these will follow. Welcome back. The Volunteer Optometric Services to Humanity, VOSH, are currently on island for the 20th consecutive year to contribute to the development of Dominica through optical health care. Head of the VOSH mission, Mr. Daniel Rubble, and his VOSH team over the years have and wish to continue to assist their invaluable eye care missions in years to come. Minister of Health, Honorable Julius Timothy, says the government is very appreciative of the VOSH mission and the Rotary Club of Dominica.
One with your VOSH mission, the hair mission, and in particular your help with the diabetes in Dominica, to the extent just recently I was in Australia and we did make mention of the Rotary Club's involvement in the diabetic feet care in Dominica and other interventions by the Rotary Club.
Dr. Rubble says VOSH has been active for 50 years worldwide, and the Michigan mission he is part of conducts up to 10 missions annually.
The number one mission in our goal in VOSH is to take optometry-related personnel, because we're really not involved in eye surgeries, but in doing eye exams, basic eye exams, and giving glasses to those that are in the most need. The need can be financial or it can be geographic if they don't have access to that care. The second mission or goal is to triage eye disease like cataracts, glaucoma, down by the equator, these fleshy growths called pterygiums, diabetic changes, hypertensive changes, and refer to the proper medical care, which in this case tends to be Dr. Hazel Ricketts. And like I said, the third mission that is pretty rare in this world is when the three groups, the Rotary Club, VOSH, and the government of whatever country, for here it's Dominica, can get together and do grants together and work together to better eye care.
He said the mission distributes recycled or used glasses. However, some reading and sun eyeglasses are new. Dr. Rubble noted the prescriptions they give are not exact, but are close to the actual ones, and in instances where they cannot get the exact prescription, they will refer the patient for a special prescription.
But we refer probably 100 patients at least a year, so that's been over 2,000 referrals. We even have established a referrals criteria or hierarchy for those that can wait, maybe because it's a cataract and they want to eventually get in the system and get it taken care of. And we've had fungal infections that we've even had ambulances come to the health center and take them directly to Dr. Hazel or the hospital. So we've done stat referrals, and just it works so well for the people of Dominica because that's what we do. We're supposed to save eyesight.
President of the Rotary Club, Mr. Robert Tong, thanked Dr. Rubble and his VOSH team for their annual visits to Dominica.
But in the 4 days, we're planning to see between 1,800 to 2,000 people And I mean, that is a value of over $1.2 million. It says a lot. In addition to that, the Vosh mission provides, as I said, eye drops, and a donation was made today in the value of over $40,000, and that has been going on for the last 20 years. So you can really see the true value that we bring to the people of Dominica, and all of this is also possible through the assistance of the government of Dominica, which provides duty-free concessions, waivers of departure taxes, and also the provision of transportation to the various clinics around Dominica.
The Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank, Aid Bank, in collaboration with Caribbean Technology Consultancy Services, CTCS, presented a workshop aimed at addressing marketing techniques for small hotels in Dominica. The workshop gives various stakeholders the opportunity to improve on their marketing skills in a bid to improve the financial constraints on the economy, and not only amid the cruise ship season. Mrs. Nikima Roye John Baptist, Head of Marketing at Discover Dominica, says the changes needed are intended to make marketing real.
The training is intended to be real. It's intended to make marketing real. Marketing at times has a lot of terminology that may be difficult to understand, buzzwords, so to say, but we intend to make it real. And we'll be covering 4 different modules, including what is marketing, looking at the perceptions, the definitions of marketing, the marketing exchange, marketing strategies.
The workshop will review marketing strategies to discover the best ways to achieve results in addressing why marketing is important. Mrs. Roye John Baptist noted that not only does the business have to attract its key stakeholders, but its staff if it wants to realize maximum results in its marketing initiatives. Meanwhile, Aid Bank Manager Mr. Julius Corbett says that it is hoped that marketing skills learned at the workshop will benefit those particularly involved in the tourism sector.
We believe that tourism is critical for our economic enhancement. We also believe that it is very important that the marketing skills that you're going to learn here today will help you to develop your business and to position you to get more business and to expand your business. So it's very critical that we understand that this is a serious thing that's happening here for the next 5 days.
Minister for Tourism and Legal Affairs, Honorable Ian Douglas, believes that in the quest to gain 90,000 visitors by 2015, we must first aim to increase more visitors to our shores, with the tourism industry playing an integral role in that realization.
However, this quest does not belong only to us in the tourism industry. It belongs to all of us. The commission of the tourism industry collectively should be to increase the economic contribution from the industry to our gross domestic product, which Mr. Corbett just spoke about earlier. And one of the means of doing so is to increase our visitor arrivals to our shores.
We now go to Larry for a report with the reigning Calypso King, Denison Dice Joseph.
Hello, good evening everyone. We're here with King Dice, reigning Calypso monarch of Dominica. What do you have in store for Calypso 2014?
That's a nice one, eh? Yeah, that's a good one. Then you put that on the news and then everybody know. But the thing is, what I would tell people and them and you is that, you know, I always say it like that, the food cooking, and when the food cook, everybody will get their share. We have the same cooks involved in the thing, and we get in the inspiration and the substance to cook the food from the same spot, you know, so everything in place, and we're still in the studio doing what we're doing, but we have something nice. I love it. I just hope when it comes out that the people love it too. You know?
So fans of Dice can expect the universal, unique Dice as before?
Yeah, the same vibes, you know, well, you know, bring out something that's something strong, something royal. You know, I know they have a lot of issues, and a lot of Calypsonians, I realized this year, straying from all the issues that they should be talking about. I mean, come on, it's Calypso, but you don't expect me to bring everything that you leave out, you know, because people have to sing about issues also. But I got my stuff, and as I said before, it'll be something that's strong, something royal, kingly, you know, to big up the fans and to talk about what's happening in the country also, you know.
Now you mentioned Calypsonians straying away from the issues affecting us. That could be as a result of political victimization. How does that make you feel as a Calypsonian?
No. Well, as a Calypsonian, you're supposed to be a bold, Calypso. If you're listening to Dicey's tunes, you realize that we're saying everything we're supposed to say or what you're supposed to do, But you want a bold face, that part of the song there, when I was singing that part, that you have to be bold face, you have to be strong, and come on, it's the Calypso season. When you go back to your normal life, you go and do whatever you have to do where politics is concerned, but when Calypso time comes, you have to drop tune, man, and don't be scared, yeah.
Okay, now last year it was a very close competition between yourself and Caressa, the final two. Seeing that he's abroad studying, he's out of the competition, how does that make you feel as it relates to your chances as he was, as some would say, your main competitor?
Well, I never reviewed the George's stuff, so I don't know if it was close, as you say, because sometimes it looks close where the public is concerned and where the judge is judging it is something that is totally different. But Caressa is something that is a flavor in the Calypso arena that will be missed, even by me also, because Caressa also always brings something different and something sweet and comic, and but at the same time with serious vibes, and I love it. So he will be missed by me, and I know his fans and some, Calypso lovers. But as Dicey and where competition is concerned, as my focus is the people, and as long as the people like what I have, we're good to go. It's not really the competitors, it's more the people there.
In terms of Calypso, 6M Calypso, Mona, what would be the limit for you? Would you just go on until, or at some point you'd say you'd want to reach 10 and then call it quits? Hey,
my mom lives in St. Martin. I have family in England and America, different places, where they keep calling me to come and stay, migrate, like how all the other Calypsonians did before me, and some may be planning to do all now. But, I love my country, and I believe Jaja, I have a part playing for my country, whereas letting out the stuff when Calypso season comes around, even though it's to bring some excitement to the people, and that is my part I have to play, and I enjoy it, so I'll play it as long as I see fit. And as long as I see that the people want me to, I will play that part. And when that time come, when that bridge come, so I could switch to something else or leave it, I will cross it. But so far, we're going to keep doing what we have to do and take whatever it brings with it,
In other news, the police are investigating the circumstances surrounding a shooting incident in the community of Silver Lake. 35-year-old Nigel Massicot of Silver Lake was reportedly shot by an unknown assailant in his left thigh at Silver Lake at about 9:30 p.m. on January 14, 2014, while walking through a track. He was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital Accident and Emergency Department, where he was treated and admitted. The police are seeking the assistance of the general public in finding the shooter. Anyone with information on this crime or any other is asked to call the police hotline at 1-800-4468 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477. In more news, Lodrick Alvin Bruno of Woodford Hill has been charged with robbery of the Woodford Hill Cooperative Credit Union, which occurred on January 9, 2014. Over $40,000 was stolen, and in the region of $35,000 was recovered. Another man who was shot by the police during the incident is expected to be charged soon. And in other stories, the St. Mary's Academy on Wednesday, January 16th, took on the Dominica Grammar School, debating the topic, with the increase in premium placed on tertiary education by society, academic qualification should be a prerequisite for political office. Both Al Parilo and Alwa Elik of the St. Mary's Academy, who proposed the topic, outdid their opponents to secure a position in round 2 of the competition.
A politician's job is a specialized job, and we are aware that specialized jobs, more often than not, especially today, require specialized skills. So why shouldn't a politician be required to possess tertiary level education in order to perform his function? My worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen, who would you choose to let perform a cardiovascular surgery on you? a cardiac surgeon, or general practitioner, I am certain that you will all echo cardiac surgeon.
If such is the case, he asked, why then would you choose to allow someone in local jargon to wash his foot and come into the job, which could determine the progress of your country and quality of life that you and your family experience without having gone through some sort of formal institution? Mr. Parilla argued that tertiary education should be a requirement for political office, noting that the most respected leaders possess such levels of education, whether or not they are specialized in the particular field.
As before matriculation in these specialized fields, they would have been exposed to the range of other subjects, the arts, history, etc., which would have contributed to their becoming knowledgeable in other fields. This exposure, plus specialized knowledge and constant contact with updated information in areas to which they were exposed, would make them better equipped to implement social reform and policy measures that can contribute, hopefully, positively to the welfare of the populace that they serve.
In opposing the motion, the Dominica Grammar School team, represented by Minka and Gael John Baptist, argued that virtues such as wisdom, love, and integrity are more important than a tertiary education.
Subject to the provisions of Section 42 of the Constitution, a person shall be qualified to be elected as a representative if, and shall not be qualified so unless he, A, is a citizen of Dominica of the age of 21 years or upwards, B, has resided in Dominica for a period of 12 months immediately before the date of his nomination for election, or is domiciled and resident in Dominica at that date, and C, is able to speak and read the English language with a degree of proficiency sufficient to enable him to take an active part in the proceedings of the House.
Ms. John Baptist argued that a limit should not be placed on the people that are capable of governing a country, making reference to leaders such as Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who had no college degree. He led the United States through its greatest constitutional, military, and moral crisis during the American Civil War, she noted. She continued to argue the point, stating he also preserved the Union, abolished slavery, strengthened the national government, and modernized the economy. However, at the end of the debate, the Dominica Grammar School's argument was not strong enough to overshadow that of the St. Mary's Academy.
We thought that the delivery on both sides were very, very good. I think this is the thing that impressed us the most. We thought that the speakers on both sides were very good. I mean, it is, I think, probably the best that I've seen in a while in the Kiwanis debate. In terms of the content, we thought that that was good as well, but I think all of the judges agreed that a little bit more could have been given in terms of the content on both sides, the content and the use of evidence.
The Best Speaker Award went to Gael John Baptist of the Dominica Grammar School. The next round of debates is scheduled for February with the finals on April 15th. 14 teams competed in round 1 with 8 teams moving on to round 2. Annie Aaron of the Showdown Mass Camp Organizing Committee revealed at the first Mass Dominic press conference leading up to Carnival on Wednesday, January 15th, that lack of sponsorship from the private sector has negatively affected the camp.
Showdown Mass Camp is a camp which provides a platform for upcoming and talented artists. Usually when they get talented and develop, usually the other tends kind of loot them away because they think they're too good, so they get looted. I'll use that word very strongly here this morning. So that's okay, but we are still here providing and training a platform for artists and providing them with good songs to make Carnival in Dominica a success.
She says even without the deserving support, the camp's organizers will continue to work.
And we will still continue working even though we don't get the support that we deserve from the private sector. So that's why we're asking you all strongly, everyone, please support us, come and pay. We can't send complimentary tickets this year because of low sponsorship.
Only 16 Calypsonians, including 6-time Calypso King, Dice, QTS winner Leona Peters, Sugar S, Lady B, Triumph, and Soul Puss, will perform at the tent when it commences on Friday 17th January 2014. The Stardom Calypso 10 began its weekly shows on the night of Wednesday, January 15, 2014 at the Cicero Hotel in Castle Comfort, where some of Dominica's finest calypsonians, including Daddy Chess, Hunter, Observer, and Checker, performed along with newcomers. Newcomer Alicia, who is regarded as one with tremendous potential, performed a song entitled Too Much Pressure, a song written by Ian Jackson. Calypsonian Walk Sock certainly did not disappoint, as he gave an energetic performance of his popular song titled Tomato Burst. Poof.
I like it in my bread. I like it in my sauce. I like it on my chicken. I like it on my hot dog. Pass in the hall. Pass in the door. Pass on the radio.
Mighty Lucas delivered a strong tribute to the nurses of Dominica with his song entitled Nurse.
You care for easy and shorting, sauce and wounds, and when caught speeding, nurse. Look me what about bursting, nurse. Pick a finger for the nurse. Look me temperature rising, nurse. Help me go to the washroom. So much compassion, so much devotion is the greatest vocation on the entire earth. Lord, stay not oversee our birth, no lie. This is a tribute to nurse.
The crowd enjoyed the performance from Sour Sour with his song titled Throw the Baby, a song in remembrance of a lady from Gutter Village who discarded what appeared to be a 5-month-old fetus in a gutter.
$100, that goes down. While a little that goes down. The father said, if you pay me, you will compensate. You're maintaining the baby shit before
Other Calypsonians who performed included Hunter, Daddy Chess, Beetle J, Checo, Mighty DBS, and Scrunter. And in court news, Kelvin Joseph of Canefield is on remand at the state prison on an indictable offense. According to the charge read, Joseph, who is jointly charged along with Lodrick Alwyn Bruno of Woodford Hill on 9th January 2014, robbed the Woodford Hill Credit Union of the sum of $40,122.03. Joseph could not plea. The prosecution, led by Innocence Toussaint, objected to bail on 3 grounds. 1. The defendant was a flight risk. 2. Over $5,000 had not been recovered, and the firearm used in committing the offense has not yet been found. Attorney Wayne Norde, who represented Joseph, said he would not be making an application for bail. Magistrate Candia Correct George noted that because the matter was still fresh An investigation was still ongoing. Bail would not be granted at this point. Joseph's co-accuser Bruno was absent from court as he is still nursing a gunshot wound at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The charge will be read to him at a later date. Joseph, who was also shot during the incident, was remanded. 28th March 2014 is the date set for the preliminary inquiry into the matter at Wesley. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.